having sat in JSC.
The interrogation of Dr. Smokin Wanjala was unique in that he is already a judge of the Supreme Court and is a member of the Judicial Service Commission. Hence, ordinarily would have been among one of the commissioners interviewing those who applied for the job. It was, however, a chance for the commissioners to pick his brains on the workings of the Supreme Court and what he would do differently if he were to be the Chief Justice. Among other issues, the Attorney General was concerned about the lack of the use of ICT in the courts, yet there has been talk for so long about putting in place such systems.
Do you know of a court that is fully automated? A court where you step in and the recording is live, and before you leave court, you can have the recording printed out, or where you can file by electronic form from your office, or where the judgment can be sent to your office by the judge. And if you do not know of such, tell me why.
I know of no such court.
Why aren't we getting it right?
Because I think we have approached the question of technology superficially.
How soon after you rise to the high office of Chief Justice would you tell the Kenyan people the courts you deserve, technologically driven courts, will be here with you? Which year? 2022? 2024? How soon?
Realistically, if we have to really produce that product, leverage properly, scientifically, 2 years should be enough.
As for the relationships within the Supreme Court, he denied the existence of any groupings among the judges, especially in resolving the retirement age dispute that had been filed by former Deputy Chief Justice Kalpana Rawal and the Supreme Court Judge Philip Tunoi.
Would you describe the problems of the Supreme Court as ideological, philosophical, political, personal?
Ideological differences are normal, are a norm, where you have a group of individuals with different worldviews. There are ideological differences on courts the world over. But I don't think there are any political differences, in my view, or personal differences. But in terms of how one approaches a judicial question, there must be a difference. Otherwise, if you move like a ship, you will never give intellectual leadership.
The Supreme Court judge who sits on the JSC's Human Resources Committee has defended allegations from the Judges Vetting Board that the committee has not been properly handling complaints against judges and in some cases has been rather lenient.
Maybe the writers of the report would want to see a JSC that keeps dismissing people. But that is not sustainable. You only dismiss if the case warrants dismissal. And the law is clear. The law has set out various disciplinary measures.
He was put to task on the issue of the two-thirds gender rule, which the Supreme Court ruled should be achieved progressively and not immediately. Commissioner Mercy Deche was concerned that because of the decision which Wanjala led in making, it may take too long for women to start enjoying political rights as enshrined in the Constitution.
When you arrived at that decision, did you take into account the struggle by Kenyan women, the struggle that they have been through, many of whom are my seniors in the profession, in achieving equality, especially at the constitutional level?
It would not have been implementable, because when you say it is immediate, without action by the legislature, without policy action by the executive, how immediate is that immediacy? It would have been impracticable. And to me, as a Supreme Court, it would be dangerous to issue opinions that are impractical.
Wanjala insists that if he gets the job, he will be an innovative Chief Justice who will steer the Supreme Court to proper jurisdiction and who will make the judiciary more than an arbiter of disputes. He will also work to eliminate corruption in the judiciary.
Are you personally, Judge, aware of any cartels?
If I encounter cartels, not only will I not trigger processes for their disruption, but their destruction.
Justice Smokin Wanjala becomes the last of the 6 who had initially been shortlisted and scheduled for interviewing by the JSC for the position of the Chief Justice. From next week, the Judicial Service Commission will be interviewing those it was compelled to include in the list by the High Court after it had declined to give reasons why it had not shortlisted them. Andrew Ochieng, NTV.